Whenever a community like Newtown, Connecticut is hit by tragedy, Americans immediately pitch in to try and help. The first visible example of that in Newtown was a flood of stuffed animals and those Christmas trees.
Other contributions are paying for funerals or helping with counseling and creating scholarships in the victim's memory. Rebecca Jarvis is here with some ideas on how you too can help. Rebecca, good morning to you.
Good morning, Gail.
So I know that the local businesses in Newtown, I used to live in Newtown are also stepping up to the plate, and they're trying to make it easy for people to contribute no matter where you live. So what are they doing?
They are coming out in full force here, Gail and Nora, and it's a beautiful thing to see that the people of Newtown really want to rebuild their community. For example, the families of the Sandy Hook Elementary School who have children in the school who did not pass. They've set up the My Sandy Hook Family Fund. That's the families of the survivors in the community. This is a fund that will go towards paying for funerals, for living expenses for the families who have lost loved ones, mortgages, bills in the future. The Newtown Memorial Fund, another fund set up by the community by Brian Moriello, who says he wants it to be a foundation, something for the community to think about for its long-term future as well as the near-term issues that they face. The Rotary has come out and set up a fund. The United Way has partnered with a local bank to set up a fund, and they've raised over $1 million in just a matter of a couple of days to help these families.
Money is one way to send your support, but there are other ways, and I love that the teachers have set up this Helping Hands project. Explain.
It's incredible. So the teachers of Newtown have come together and set up the My Helping Hands project. What they're asking teachers and schools across the country, even the world, to do is to have their students take white or light green paper, put their handprint on that paper, write their name on the paper next to their handprint, where they're from and their school, and then send it to Newtown. What the teachers of Newtown are planning on doing with this is stringing them all together so that it's a sign for the community that there are warm hands and hearts around the world that are thinking about them at this awful time.
Yeah, and one of the things that we kept hearing, Nora, over and over again when we were there is that they are so grateful that so many people care, that the outpouring of support has been so enormously helpful for them. So now you've got the the school support fund to raise money to get the kids into school, which has also raised, the Sandy Hook School Support has already raised over $1 million, and it just launched on Friday night.
$1 million.
What will that do?
So what they're going to be doing is looking at both the near-term and the longer-term issues, and they're putting together a coalition of local clergy, teachers, members of the community to think about how they can spend that money in the future. Because really, one of the things about this this awful incident is that if you have a hurricane, for example, or a tornado, there's a physical thing that the community says, we must rebuild this. In this case, there's physical issues, there's mental issues, there's grief. So the community itself, as time goes on, is going to have to be thinking about how to best spend this money. The Red Cross is also there. They've deployed over 150 volunteers. They've been serving meals throughout the days and nights since this tragic incident, over 10,000 meals at this point. Also, people have come together around the country. Ryan Kraft, for example, the former babysitter of Adam Lanza, put together his own drive to help the PTA locally there on CrowdRise. So anybody who hasn't necessarily heard of CrowdRise is a platform on the web where you can put together your own drive to raise money for a cause, and that's exactly what Ryan Kraft has done.
And so if you want to get more information about how you can donate your time or your money, what should we do?
Well, there is an emergency response line for anybody who is locally in Newtown who's trying to figure out how to volunteer their time. That's 1-800-203-1234. And of course, at CBSThisMorning.com, we'll be putting up all of this information because we understand the country wants to help, and we want to help them do that.
All right, and we'll tweet a link to that as well. Rebecca Jarvis, thank you.